right, Mana Ole Madness with a twist.
Yeah, there we go. Aloha, everybody.
So we have we're going on a field trip. We have two
Whoa,
of our
Kai.
clients with us. And so go ahead, ask them
All right.
what you
All right. So we're going on a Hawaii to FedEx in Kaneohe because our family over here, who is also our client, for the paralegal pro se litigation classes that we give, provide for our people. And again, once again, want to thank Hawaii Pacific Foundation for the generous donation so that we can continue to do work like this with our Lahui. And with us today, we have Brother Roland P. Ledward Jr. And we also have, not Roland Duarte, by the way, as Mr. Clement likes to say. And we have Yvonne K. Duarte. Yeah. And these are the Ledward family members from Waimanalo Beach Lots. And I'd like to introduce Yvonne because she the voice they're going to be talking in the court. So, Buckaloos, what does paralegal pro se litigation bring to your life at Ho'omanapono, on the Ho'omanapono LLC? What does paralegal pro se litigation classes do for you?
Well, if I would try to summarize it, I would say like I came home in September of 2023 and have been here since then. And in October of 2023, I had no experience in law. I never even had a parking ticket or a speeding ticket or driving while intoxicated. So the court was the farthest away from my mentality. I didn't know anything, zero, nothing about being in court or representing myself in a legal matter. And we got caught up in a dispute over my parents' property, which is Ohana property in Waimanalo. And through that, my brother and I realized that we needed to get a lawyer, but we quickly found out that we couldn't afford a lawyer, that it was so exorbitantly high, and all the legal aids were totally booked up, busy, couldn't take us, didn't want to take us because they deemed that the case would take a long time and be complicated and they'd tie them up. So we had nowhere to turn, and we sat out front.
The legal aid, you mean like, what?
Yeah,
What
they kind of mentor you and
kind of legal
help
aid?
you, yeah,
Is it a
help
legal
you.
aid society or something?
Yeah, just like that.
And it's on their time and not yours, so you don't you don't have an appointment and a steady pace. So we couldn't ask questions, and when they asked questions, they really just was trying to figure out how complicated the case was. And then if you talk to a lawyer, they were more interested in how much money you had and how you were going to pay it up front. So in both worlds, in the legal realm, we couldn't afford a lawyer, and we couldn't wait on the legal aid to be interested in our case because we were we had a time restraint on us. My sister was planning to sell the house, and if we didn't move and act, we would have lost our own house.
Wow, that's pretty drastic, yeah?
Yeah. Nobody wants to fight with their own family, and she's our sister. We love her, but we just don't like what she's doing. And she gave us an ultimatum, paying her 1.2 for property that we already own, and she's part owner of, or for suing her. And so we didn't know what to think. That was so unlike anybody in our family to be acting that way. We thought we could talk it out, we could go through a mediator. We called and made an appointment with Mediation of the Pacific, and of course that didn't go anywhere. So we were pretty much on our own in the middle of the ocean and without paddles, because we had no resources, we had no recourse. We were stuck in this situation, and neither Roland or I knew anything about real estate, about deeds, about wills, about trusts, about just all the legal aspect that came with this case. And only through our classes did we realize that it was more complicated than we had imagined, and it was really over our head. But we were told constantly that we could be pro se litigants and we could defend ourselves. And it's not that we didn't believe in ourselves or believe in what was being told to us. We just thought it was way, way beyond our realm of understanding. And in no way did we ever imagine that we could be in a position feeling confident about what we've learned and how we can use that information to defend our case. So if you think that you can't do it, I'm just here to tell you that if you have the heart and mind to do it, that it is possible. It's not possible on your own. You need the help, and you need to reach out for the help, but you have to put in the work, because what you're going to get out of it is what you put into it. I'm going to tell you, it's hard work, and it's very emotional.
Long nights, huh?
Long nights, very complicated things, a lot of research.
How many crates do you have, or binders now?
I have a library of binders, and every single document that we file or that my sister files against us, coming from her lawyer.
Is it categorized?
She does have
This
a lawyer.
is my OCD, the one I was talking about in our other vlog, where we had the thing with the 30 tabs and stuff, and I was all excited, and I bought her a set, and we were like, oh my god, and it's like,
That's your
Yeah,
OCD sister.
We were excited about indexes
About-
and index
Yeah.
cards for our folders, but you'll be surprised if you can get yourself organized and that you can do your homework, because you will
Yeah.
have homework. It's not for no reason. It's really, really important. You can't just say, okay, I'm a pro se litigant, and tomorrow I'm going to go into court and I'm just going to tell the judge exactly how I feel. It doesn't work that way.
Boom.
You need to be smart, court smart. You need to know protocol. You need to know the judge's temperament, what ticks him off or sets him off. And we even have gone to different courtrooms to see different judges. We just sit in the courtroom and listen to how they react to the pro se litigant, listen how they act to the information presented by defendants and plaintiffs. We listen to the lawyer, how he represents his client.
or
And as
doesn't.
pro se litigant, you're your own lawyer. So, and I don't claim to be a practicing lawyer. I'm just there to save my
Your interest.
my
Yeah.
property, our property, and to uphold my parents'
Yeah.
wishes, because they we all know, there's 7 of us kids, we all know that my parents worked really hard for the property, and that's all they left us. And that's a gold mine. And if we don't appreciate the land that we have, we don't take care of it, then who will?
It's
When
important.
you stand up for what you believe in, you instill in your children and your grandchildren and your brothers and sisters,
Yeah, a
your
legacy,
siblings, your whole
Yeah.
family benefits by it. But
And that's precious in Hawaii
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's so expensive that, you know.
Part of the generational wealth thing.
Yeah. But part of your learning too is one of the most important parts is knowing your subject matter, right?
right, exactly.
And so, what did you have to do? How many pages did you have to read through? How many times?
We received.
What makes you an expert in knowing your sister's side of the argument? What makes you an expert in knowing that?
Well, I think it's really that's an important question because you're trying to prove your case and you're trying to gather your information. You're trying to be proactive in defending yourself, right?
Right.
But you need to be able to understand both sides, not
Right.
just one side. You
Right.
need to be able to put their case together and actually try to be 2 steps ahead of them. So when you do your research, you're thinking about that. Not only what is demanded of you, but also what you think that they're going to bring up, that they're going to present, and how you can counteract that and be prepared. You can't just sit back and say, well, I can see what they say, and then I just going to answer the questions. I don't need to look or get information. I'm just going to go on what they have to say. Well, surprise, because your subject matter is both sides of the same. Pros, the
That's a good way
cons,
to put it.
ups, downs, the ins, outs, the legal terminology, what it means, how it applies to you, how it applies to, the defendant or the plaintiff, and you have to decipher that so that you're not arguing for the plaintiffs if you're the defendant, but you are aware of what the possibilities are so that you can be prepared for questions and answers from the lawyer, from the judge. And then, what is also important, that when you speak in a court, you're making it a matter of record. So if you act low and you talk all kinds of stupid stuff, it's going to be a matter of record. You're going to look
Right.
low and you're going to act low and you're going to be low and you're going to be thrown out of court. They're not going to take you seriously. So, that's what I gained from classes because, it's drilled into us to be respectful, to when you go into court, respect the judge, respect the courtroom, respect the law that is governing what you're in there to what you're up against, because it's not all fun and games. As far as I'm just going in there and tell my story, if they don't like it, tough. Well, it's more than that. You have to know your subject matter, up, down, inside out, forward, backwards, and you have to eat, sleep, and dream it, because
Till your brain hurts.
yeah, you gotta own it. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So, how has this affected your life? Have you felt
You gotta get
What-
all the
what
way
was-
over.
yeah, what was
This side.
yeah,
How is it make
Benefited,
you feel?
yeah.
Well, we.
did it make you feel what did it make you feel like
Well, it's-
standing there in court? And did you, by the way, so
One more over where that car turned. You turned in there.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, right
one
here.
more over.
well,
right there
here.
where that guy is
Oh,
turning.
Right
Yeah,
FedEx?
right here. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what she
oh, we're going here? I thought FedEx was over there by
No, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Sorry,
can go
we're
on
on
the
a
other
field
side,
trip
too.
Yeah.
to the FedEx.
This is
Yeah.
the madness of Manaole madness.
Yeah. Fire drill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying, do you feel empowered by the work that
Oh,
we do?
definitely. And I think you can go around this way.
Oh, okay. I see. It
And
was in the back there, yeah.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
gonna be like the next teacher in Ohio when she goes back home because people are like, she came
Right there.
2 years ago
Right in front.
broken and right there broken and